Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I interviewed 10 Filipinos from different cities, mostly in the software development or tech industry, to hear their thoughts on this ethical dilemma. Do you think it's ethical for developers to design apps and websites in ways that engages user to make purchase or stay in the platform longer? Now let's hear what they have to say.
My name is Brian.
Marian. I'm currently based in Dublin, Ireland, and working as a principal software manager for Microsoft.
Hi, I'm Princess Ethel Atilio. I'm 21 years old and I'm currently a student.
I'm Nel Wyatt J. Obrero, 22 years old. So, computer science student from the University of the Philippines, 4th year.
I'm Gail Marie de la Torre from MYT Software Solutions.
I'm Kyle David Escomeran. I'm from CIT. I am a LinkedIn IT student and I'm 24 years old.
I'm 48. I'm in sales. I work for a manufacturing company.
This is Mildred Amores. I'm currently 24 years old.
So I'm Kiana Zalameda. I'm currently 23 years old. I graduated fairly recently, and right now I'm doing entrepreneurship and a small business.
I think it all depends on what practices or methods are being used by the, creators of the website. So if it's as simple as enhancing the user experience or choosing the right colors or just making things very simple and obvious for the user, then I don't think it's unethical. It's really just human nature to want something that is nice. So people get encouraged to buy, to stay on the website, to engage.
I don't really think that it's unethical for developers to make user experience better for users because what developers do is to make sure, like especially in web developing, that the experiences that user has is like something that the user would like make them want to stay more in the website, I guess. And if that means that the user gets encouraged or maybe gets tempted to buy something like more, that would be great because that means that the web developer is doing their job.
Yes, it is ethical for developers to design apps and websites because first, I think of it as a payment for their years of expertise and hard work for developing the app. And next is it depends on the content and the value that it gives me. So if it is useful and it improves my user experience and that may lead to positive outcomes, then I think it is worth paying for.
Designing an app to provide a convenience for purchases, or it can be in other way, like offer a helpful recommendation, and also of course to create a stress-free experience to the users. For me, that is both practical and ethical, which is good for us as a users. However, it will gonna cross the line when the design are used to trick the users.
It's not an or argument. Like you can have effective UX while also being mindful about compliance.
This means magdepende gyud siya kung unsa ang app ang gigamit sa user. Pero for example, if ang user kay mo use siya sa app or sa web nga something educational or useful, so take time gud na siya. Stay gud siya dira sa kanang web or sa application as long as nakuha na niyang gusto gamit na ka ng application?
Yes, it depends on the certain type of the application, especially for us examples, we create a retail app. So with that case, the purpose of the app is like win-win situation because magbaligya ang mga tao with that and then ang uban puno palit. So in that case, the users need lang sila mag-cautious kay what if sige sila order but win-win gyapon because sa other type of user maka-gain man sila og money with that. And for example, sa lain nga mga app like gambling, di ba? Like scatter or something like that. Need na, diha na mo weigh in ang moral or ethical values sa developer.
I think if kanang developing a software miss nga for enterprise and marketing, it's okay to develop a software nga makapastay sa mga users longer.
Yes, I think it's ethical to an extent because the role of applications are supposed to be sustainable. So it must balance solving the customer or the user's needs versus making ways to make the app sustainable. And that also entails making it desirable for investors or capable of just earning enough to keep it running and worth doing. So yes, it could be bad, but it's bad if it's too much. Maybe a great balance would be good. And I think you can see that with big stores who do have a sense of ethics. So let's say a website is very good at keeping you shopping for hours. That I guess that would be fine, making everything easy to find and all that. But then it can become too scammy if it's done too much.
Yeah.
Like if you play with, let's say, mobile games, and then it just tricks you into
Clicking.
downloading games
Yeah.
into games. So I think there's a balance for everything. And honestly, I know that I'm being tricked, but I don't mind it. I will fall under that trap.
Being ethical is very subjective. From a marketing's point of view, I understand that companies need to develop apps to entice users to stay longer. However, as a parent of 2 children, I think there should be certain limitations to control, especially younger kids, on the number of hours that they use a certain app.
First, let's discuss virtue ethics. Some of the responses said that it's ethical for developers as long as he or she is simply doing his or her job. This aligns with virtue ethics because it focuses on the character and excellence of the individual. A good developer is seen as someone who fulfills their role and responsibility effectively. However, this perspective doesn't deeply question the morality of the outcome or the broader impact, focusing instead on the developer's competence and dedication to his or her job. Other responses pointed out that ethics depends on the app's purpose. For example, designing an educational app to retain users might be seen as ethical, but creating a gambling app to achieve the same goal may not. This aligns with moral relativism, where ethical judgment are context dependent, varying with situation and societal norms. A common theme among the responses is that it's just business. This viewpoint emphasizes outcomes like a business achieving its goals, generating income. And this assumes that the users have autonomy to make their decisions. This aligns with utilitarian ethics, which focuses on maximizing benefits such as profits while weighing potential harms like addiction and overuse. Finally, Response highlighted the importance of compliance with rules and ethical standards, not just good design. This fits with deontological ethics, which is grounded with duty and obligation. Following established guidelines ensures that developers act responsibly, regardless of whether the designs are successful or appealing. To summarize, the responses reflect 4 ethical traditions: virtue ethics, moral relativism, utilitarian ethics, and deontological ethics. Together, these frameworks show the complexity of this ethical question and highlight different ways developers can approach their work responsibly. Thank you for listening, and I hope this analysis provides a better understanding of the ethical dimensions in app development.